Profile of an ideal church leader. What does that look like? Well, Mike Santiago said, before you can build a dream, you got to build the team. So not only am I looking for leaders who will be able to do this, I want you to look for people on your team who can do the same thing. What are those things? Number one, embrace the DNA, the culture of Faith Family Worship Center. It's built around our mission, around our vision, around our identity, who we are. We champion the cause, we defend the faith. And when we know the values and we practice the values and encourage people around us to do the same thing, it makes all the difference in the world. But you've got to make sure that people matter and that they are encouraging. Make sure your team is encouraging. And if you have a discouraging member of your team, somebody who's griping and complaining or trashing somebody else on the team or the church, you need to take them aside and coach them possibly out of a bad moment in their life, or just coach them through a process of saying, hey, we do things this way here, and can you help us to be able to do better? Number two, leaders are good communicators. Good communication can inspire people to do better. When you're clear and concise, it inspires people. Good communication will also cause people to be deployed into ministry. When they understand the vision with clarity, they want to do it. When you can explain your why in a sentence, it is also important that they are able to hear it and understand it. You communicate often and clearly what needs to happen, often. And clearly, you need to do this often. You need to explain the why often. Are you getting the picture here? You can never say it too much. And remember, if they didn't understand you, that's on you. You've got to go back and look how and when you said what was necessary and see how you can do better. Number three, know what is expected of you. You know when to show up, you know what to do, you know how to do it, and you're going to surround yourself with people who will do exactly the same thing. And if you don't understand something, ask clarifying questions. Great leaders don't have all the answers. Great leaders ask better questions. Make sure you're always understanding those questions, the answers to those questions, and keep asking questions until you get better. Because whenever you are consistently faithful, people will put their trust in you. But if you are consistently unfaithful, well, then things will fall apart. Number four, lead through servanthood. That used to say volunteers, but we want to be better than volunteers. We want to go above and beyond that. We want to be servant leaders. So be excited about including people in the ministry. This blesses them. And the more people that are blessed through your team, the better. Equip people to be successful. You look and ask questions and do what's necessary to help people to be the best they can be on your team. And you equip people to replace you if necessary. Hey, you may be out one day, you might be sick, you may go on vacation. Who's going to fill in for you? So you always want to make sure you're doing that cross-training all the time. Number five, leaders relate well with others. All right? If you're leading through servant leaders, you are going to be in a position where you have to make ministry become a reality. And you can only do that at a personal level, speaking to them person to person, just like I am with you right now. Connect with people and relate where they are at in the moment. People go through different seasons of life, and oftentimes you need to take the opportunity to make adjustments for the seasons that they are going through. But when you connect with them and you invest in them personally, you can ask them to serve above and beyond the call of duty because they want to do it. Number six, you have a make it happen attitude. Man, that is so important. If I have to come to you and motivate you, that's not a good job. We're going to be in trouble. But if you have the ability to inspire people around you to step up and take the initiative, that is exciting whenever you see that and experience that for yourself. This also means that you solve problems. You don't look at them and say, there's a problem. No, you solve it. We're precise in how we interpret the Word of God because that's important that we get it right. But when we will become legalistic whenever our systems become more important than people. If you see a problem, solve it. You are the person in that moment who is empowered by me. I'm giving you permission to do the right thing at the right time and use good judgment. Number 7 is excellence. This isn't about perfection. It's about hasid. Remember, that's a word that I used recently in my Kingdom Builders series. It's a Hebrew word that means compassion beyond the requirement. We might also call this radical generosity. Seeing something and saying, someone should do something about that, isn't an answer. It's not even a good remark. Taking the time to raise the standard of behavior and production from others isn't a sin. Asking your team to step up, asking somebody to do better is okay. If we do it with an open heart, with a relationship, they're happy to receive those corrections and the opportunity to be able to grow as a follower of Jesus. Jesus did this with his disciples all the time. Look how he did it and follow in his footsteps. Number 8, and the last one, is building a caring community. Every team is its own small group. And you want to build this team around people who will pray for each other, encourage each other, that will be there for each other. And whenever your team is operating in that kind of attitude, your team will automatically grow because people are attracted to it and say, hey, I want to be on that team. Build lifelong friendships within your team, between you and the team that you lead, because those friendships are the difference between success and failure in your future.